Hey guys, welcome to an interesting video on Wild Rift. So today we're back with a complete guide on Syndra, and I'm actually going to be playing Syndra APC in the Dragon Lane in the gameplay later on. You guys might have suspected that this video was coming just based on the fact that I did a basic guide on Syndra, and normally when I do a basic guide, it means that a complete guide is going to be coming right after. So we're going to first talk about her items, runes, and spells. Of course, you know, as mentioning the basic guide, don't forget to check that one out if you want to check out her skills, abilities. Skills and abilities are the same thing. Skills, living order, tips and tricks, as well as some combos on Syndra. Combos especially really important on Syndra because she is a mage. Okay, so let's jump straight into it. So first things first, of course we want to start off with some Boots of Mana. Of course, Boots of Mana is going to give you the AP Magic Pen as well as the Mana Regen. All three traits really helpful for Syndra. I found that Syndra is a very mana heavy kind of champion, and before you get your Boots of Mana and your Ludens, you're going to be running out of mana a lot, which is the problem you will see in the gameplay later on. But yeah, Syndra does use up a lot of mana. So first item is going to be Ludens, the most obvious choice. It gives you, of course, the most burst damage. It gives you all the necessary stats you want. Your AP, Magic Pen, your ability haste, your mana, as well as your extra passive to deal more burst damage and such. Really, it's kind of the most ideal mage item for majority of mages, including Syndra. Now, in an ideal match, you want to go for Infinity Orb as a second item. This is going to give you insane 15 flat Magic Pen plus 7% Magic Pen. Is going to give you the AP, movement speed, as well as, of course, that passive which allows you to crit when people are low, which of course does help you to burst them down. And then as your third item, you want to go for Death Cap to give you 100 AP as well as to boost your existing AP. And then you go for Crown. Now, Crown, of course, is mainly for the defensive capabilities. Now, I say ideally for Infinity Orb because there are games like the one you're going to see later where you have to go for Crown earlier because there are too many threats on the enemy team that can kill you. So you have to go for Crown for the safety. So sometimes the order can end up like this where you swap Crown and Infinity Orb. But I still think Infinity Orb is a very ideal item for her, and you still want to go for it. Now, last item is very flexible. I personally think most likely the best item to go for last is probably going to be Cosmic Drive, because Cosmic Drive at this point gives you a huge amount of ability haste as well as a little bit of movement speed, which is going to help you to you know, move around more easily, as well as, of course, getting your abilities up more often. So I think this is probably going to be the best in the last item slot. However, there are a couple other options. Now you have Horizon Focus, which is going to allow you to do a lot of damage because obviously all your spells proc Horizon Focus, and your stun procs 2 stacks you know, of Horizon Focus as well. So this is going to you know, increase your damage by quite a bit. Then you also have Awakened Soul Stealer, which can of course allow you to reset, not fully reset, but partially reset your ability cooldowns when you get kills. I think this is pretty aggressive option. You of course get ability haste and like your Magic Pen, your flat Magic Pen and such as well. So it's a really aggressive option. But I think that probably the utility of Cosmic Drive is probably going to be better. But this is an option. Then of course you have your anti-heal and your anti-shield in matches that you need it. Honestly, you could go for these earlier in matches where you really need anti-heal or anti-shield, but ideally you want someone else on your team to get it that's not you, because you don't really want to waste gold and item slots on these items, and you can go for other damage items. So now for the enchants, just in case you guys it wasn't obvious, you want to go for stasis in almost all of the matches. So for the runes, you actually have a couple of choices, and by couple I really mean two. So you can either go for Electrocute or you can go for First Strike, and I personally like going for Electrocute because I think it's more consistent. Firstly, it allows you to burst down one target a lot more easily, and secondly, it cannot get disabled by the enemy team, because First Strike, sometimes you're walking up and then it gets disabled by the enemy team because they attack you first and you don't have a First Strike anymore. But First Strike is an option as well, and it's going to give you a lot of gold and a lot of damage, so it is going to be pretty strong of an item as well. And then for the runes, majority of top Syndra players are going for this setup, which is going to be Gathering Storm, of course, because you're an AP champion, so this is going to give you a lot of extra stats. Giant Slayer, of course, because it does the most damage in this slot. You're going to go for the Bloodline because obviously you don't want attack speed on a mage, and also the Tenacity is not that useful because you should be far away anyway. So then you go for your Transcendence for more cooldown, more ability haste. Of course, the other option you can go is actually Domination. So you can go for something like Scorch, Cheap Shot, and Eyeball Collection, which is going to be very strong in lane, but overall this is the more consistent and better rune setup because it's better, it scales better into the game, and you know, in late game it does a lot more for you. And of course Syndra is a kind of late game scaling kind of champion. So for the spells, obviously you want Flash. But for the second spell, you honestly have a lot of options. Now, I take Ghost because I like the extra movement speed to kind of kite around. But you can also, of course, go for Ignite, which is the aggressive option. Or you can also go for Exhaust, which is also another defensive option. So it's really up to you. You have a lot of flexibility. A lot of the top Syndra players, like in the top 10, all three are there. Like majority of them go for Ignite, some go for Exhaust, and some go for Ghost as well. So it's really kind of up to you and your own personal preference and playstyle. I like Ghost personally, so I'm taking that. So with all that out of the way, let's move on to talking about the gameplay. Okay, so now moving on to our gameplay. Now, of course, as usual, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Any questions, queries, or remarks, feel free to pop them in the comments below, and I will be sure, of course, to address them. Okay, so now Syndra APC. When do you want to go for it? Well, obviously, you only really want to go for it if your team already has enough AD. Now, you don't have to be the only AP source of your team, because normally there is going to be another AP source anyway. So you want to go for this only if there's enough AD on your team. In this case, there is a Irelia, so I think that's good enough. Here you can see I'm walking up and just queuing very aggressively and autoing as well, because Sivir has very short range, so I'm trying to abuse her range, or I am abusing her range by popping all those Qs on top of her head and auto-attacking her as well to proc my electric. She's really, really low, but of course, I'm not really an ADC, so I can't just flash in and auto-attack her. I have to like slowly just chip away, you know, at her. I also don't have Ignite, so I don't have that kill pressure. And I ate a Sivir Q to the face, so now I'm really low as well. So I'm gonna have to pop some fruit here. And yeah. So here we hit level 2. We went for the stun combo here because we can stun her, and we tried to get the kill, but the spell shield combined with the barrier that she had was enough to save her. And now I'm really low. Janna gets ignited by Seraphine and ends up dying, unfortunately, so it doesn't end up going too well. And now Kayn is on the run from me. I pop my Ghost to try to run. He flashes, and I flash before he can really catch me with his Q, so I have to pop both summoner spells to escape from the Kayn, who does of course have a lot of movement speed and also flash for me, so I was able to barely escape there. Was pretty low, so not really the best start. It seemed pretty good when we were bullying the Sivir, but then we got ganked, and Janna also died before that, so not going too well. But again, Syndra is not really an early game champion. She is sort of a mid to late game kind of champion. So in the early game, honestly, as long as you're doing this, like you're getting stacks, your splinter stacks, it's basically fine. Like all you need to do is get your splinter stacks, and we even managed to go all the way and dive the Sivir under the tower. Now, unfortunately for me, the kills are all being taken by Janna, so I'm not really getting the kills, but at least we get the assist, and you know, getting rid of your lane opponent is always a good thing. And here we proc electrocute onto the Seraphine as well, and we're kind of starting to take control of the lane. Seraphine's pretty low, but again, we don't have the damage to finish her off. Not at such a low level anyways. So we have a pretty interesting team comp here. We of course have a Janna with us, we have a Nautilus jungle, we have Kayle, as well as we have Irelia. Now Kayle, we don't know if she's building AD or AP. Based on what she has now, she's going for the Omnivamp boot, so we don't really know, but I can tell you right now, because obviously this is a replay, that she actually went AD. So we actually have AD, Kayle, and we have Irelia, so we are basically the main AP source, because Nautilus went for a hybrid tank and AP, so turns out to be pretty good for us. So here we get another quick stun on Sivir. Charm comes in from the Seraphine. Janna's able to get away with the help of her shield, so it's all good. Now here you can see I'm really almost out of mana. Nautilus comes in for the gank, gets the knock up onto the Sivir, gets the hook in as well. I get the stun in, and we basically one-shot her together with Nautilus. And here I'm basically out of mana at this point. So here all I'm doing is I'm auto-attacking the Kayn, because I don't actually have mana. And the moment I have mana for like a spell is basically about the time when I'm gonna hit it. Apologies there, I got an email. So here I have to shove the Akali away because she's trying to kill me. So here again, I have no mana. I'm just auto-attacking. If I had ult there, Akali's like basically dead, but she dies to Janna instead. Anyway, Seraphine is forced to flash, and yeah, it's just a complete fiesta where I'm basically just walking around auto-attacking because I don't have mana. Here I managed to have mana for 1 Q and 1 E, but unfortunately my E goes straight into the spell shield of the Sivir, so it doesn't really work out. Sivir does not have ult yet, which is why we're kind of trying to bully her. You can see where she's taking quite a bit of damage, despite the fact that we're tanking minions ourselves. But eventually we really want to reset because we have no mana. We want to get the mana boots and such. So we finally go for reset. In that whole exchange, I managed to get 3 assists. No kills. I mean, really hard to get kills with just auto attack, so it's kind of reasonable in that sense. So we go back, we get mana from both the Lost Chapter as well as from our mana boots, of course. So we are going to be doing a little bit better in terms of mana at this point. So here again, we're going for a stun combo. We stun the Seraphine instead, and here we get our Q evolution already. If you guys saw the animation, so within 4 minutes about the time. So here we're trying to combo the Sivir. We try to ult her, but unfortunately the spell shield blocks the second half of the ult. I did not know that interaction was a thing, but apparently the spell shield is able to block the second half of the ult. Like I hit her the first half, and like she spell shielded in between, and actually managed to basically spell shield the second half of my ult. Didn't know that could happen, but apparently it could. So we don't finish her off. I don't think we're gonna finish her off anyway. But anyways, here Akali is trying to come and dive us. She doesn't have ult anymore because she already used it, I believe. And I'm not able to quite engage onto Janna. Janna gets rooted. And here is a very sticky situation. Nautilus is like soloing the dragon during this time. And here I'm trying to help Janna out. So here, again, the barrier comes in from the Sivir. I can't finish the kill. And I'm like 1 HP. I get shielded by Janna, and I'm trying to finish off Seraphine. I'm auto-attacking again because I don't have cooldowns. I'm flash forward to kill Seraphine. But unfortunately, Sivir picks up a double onto me as well as Janna, sorry. So really action-packed early game, but you know, Syndra isn't actually the best early game champion. She's not really that good in the early game, so it's not really very beneficial for me to take all these fights. The only kind of plus point about taking so many fights is that we are able to do a lot more damage to enemies, which also means that we can get our splinter stacks a lot faster. So we are reaching our evolutions faster because of the fact that there's so much fighting going on. But we're not actually really winning the fights, although we are barely losing, I have to say. So here, we are back alive, and we're here trying to do the dragon. Kayn tries to come in to steal, but instead just gets full comboed and ulted, and he goes down. Sivir is running for the hills under the tower, and she is able to get out alive. Huge wave here, so we're just going to quickly clear out this wave. Get all that juicy gold. And yeah, in the meantime, in the back, like at the wolf pit, somehow Kayle is getting killed. Now I'm cautiously trying to see if I can do anything about the situation. I end up getting the wolves by accident when I was really trying to get the Akali, but no real way to get onto Akali there. I'm not gonna like, I don't even have flash, but I wasn't gonna like flash on her or anything like that. But yeah, so overall, it's still alright. I'm 2-1 and 3. I have Ludens completed now, so I'm gonna start doing a little bit more damage with the Ludens completion. So here we're trying to catch out Sivir. Unfortunately, she's not really in the right position, so we're gonna catch out the Akali instead. Here we are getting decent damage onto Akali with our balls. And yeah, it's kind of starting to turn into an ARAM. Seraphine gets hooked, gets comboed, and basically just dies. Now Akali is getting ultied by the Nautilus, but she goes into the Shroud, and we're not quite able to really get her. Kayn is now coming in, gets rooted by Nautilus. I'm trying to follow up. I can't reach him with my ult, and I don't have flash to get over the wall, so I'm just trying to do whatever I can here to whoever I can. So here I'm trying to combo onto Sivir. Sivir basically just one-shots me, and yeah, so that did not go too well. Here Akali and Sivir are trying to like supposedly dive the Kayle, I guess. And Janna ends up going down as well, but gets out the ult to kind of try to heal Kayle and Nautilus just a little bit before she dies. And yeah, it's kind of a fiesta of a match, honestly. So taking stock of the situation, we have a 1 in 5 Irelia. She's not doing too hot. Kayle is 0 and 2, but she has Bork completed. Me and Nautilus are about equally fed. We're doing alright, and Janna is the most fed on our team because she's been getting the kills as the support. So that's kind of funny, the situation that's happened here. So before we talk more, let's go back to the fight. I basically run in from base, get full combo by the Seraphine. I have to back off a little bit, but I still have all of my spells, so I'm gonna use them onto the Sivir. We get the kill onto her. Kayn comes in, and I flash his W to stay alive. The shield comes in from Janna, and Nautilus picks up a double onto the Kayn, and I believe it was the Seraphine because I think I got the kill on Sivir. Next up, Yone is the next challenger. I ult him, and the balls go over the wall and basically just lock onto him. In spite of the fact he went back to his real body, he ends up going down. So overall, that exchange went really well. We basically killed 4 of them. And yeah, that was pretty good. So now I'm at the right spot with the most gold on my team. But if you take a look at the enemy team, I have the most gold on my team, but I have the same amount of gold as the Sivir and Kane on the enemy team. And Kane has more, so Yone has more gold than both of us. So enemy team is getting a decent gold lead. You can see we're like 5k gold behind the enemy team, which is a really decent amount of gold, gold difference in this situation. So we're kind of in a sticky situation here. Here we get a nice stun onto 2. Irelia goes in for the follow-up with the stun and the ult. Janna goes in with the knockup. Seraphine goes down as well. Kane is nearly dead. He's 1 HP. I finally managed to get him. Akali's now coming in. I missed my E, unfortunately, so that pretty much means I'm dead, because Akali is able to ult Q me and I'm just dead. Now she's 1 HP because she tanked tower, and now she's running. She hit the plant for some reason, which gives Kill enough time to catch up to her and kill her. Not sure why she decided to pop the plant instead of just running. Here Janna is chasing the Sivir, but Nautilus and Kale both are not following up. So now Janna is kind of caught in a 1v1 versus Sivir, which of course Janna doesn't really win. So she's just tossing random tornadoes at the Sivir. Not too big of a deal. And now we are back on the map, being sure to of course pop the vision plant to ensure there's no vision in the enemy jungle. A big wave has accrued in the top lane, so we're gonna go ahead and grab the wave here. Huge wave, honestly. And we're gonna slowly get all of these last hits if we can. So lots of items here. As I mentioned just now, we're actually going for crown second item because there's Yone, there's Kane, there's Akali. Too many people that can just jump on top of me and kill me, so I'm gonna go for crown early. Now this does kind of reduce your damage by a reasonable amount, but I still think it's important. The safety is important to just not die. And yeah, so here we're popping the ghost, trying to chase people down. We do get the stun onto Akali. Nice interrupt by the Janna on the Akali E. And Kale is kind of going in. I ult the Akali. We're able to actually get the kill with the execute, so that means we already have our ult evolved at this point in time. I haven't really noticed when I evolve my other ability, but clearly based on that fact, where we are obviously at the R evolved already. So we are, doing pretty well. I'm not sure if we reached the 120 stacks yet for the bonus AP, but if it's not yet, it should be soon, because it means we're at 100 plus at this point in time. So here Yone is really overextended. We're trying to find a catch onto Yone. Seraphine is actually here to back him up. And the kill ult comes in. We're trying to basically get anyone. They're both running away at 1 HP. And I don't really have a way to catch up to them. I can flash, but I'm not confident of hitting like a flash WE. So eventually my team is able to catch up to Kale and kill Kale. But Akali and Sivir are now coming in. So we're in a little bit of danger here. We're going to have to run a little bit. Redemption comes in from Janna, and the recall completes from the kill. So now I'm in trouble. I have to push Akali away and flash away so that she cannot slow me down with her passive. Crown comes back up, which is important because it actually blocks that knockup from Yone. I actually ult him, but Yone lives on 1 HP, unfortunately. Damage calculation slightly off. And yeah, so we're just going to clear out this wave. Akali is still in the jungle. I have Nautilus with me, and he is going for the kind of semi-tanky, semi-AP build. So I'm just standing behind him to see if he can land any hooks, or if Akali goes in, Nautilus can CC her and we can definitely kill her. Nautilus has a lot of CC. So here I spot Kane just trying to clear ward. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to disturb him. So here you can see like just a basic combo, even with his Edge of Night blocking my first Q, nearly just instantly one-shots him. Like if he didn't have Edge of Night, I might have almost been able to one-shot him right there. So here the ulti goes onto the Sivir, who spell shields it. But we do eventually catch up to her, and she does eventually die to the goon squad of like 4 people chasing her. And in the meanwhile, Seraphine is oblivious to the fact that the 4 of us are together and we're about to come in from behind. Here I pop the ghost, I get the stun on her, she's really low. And I nearly kill her, but not quite. I didn't want to waste my ulti on her, but Yone comes in for the save. Janna with the push to deny Yone's ultimate onto me. And now I'm like stuck at 1 HP, we're chasing Seraphine down. Basically, Seraphine does end up going down eventually. I'm just going for the wave. No reason to go there and put ourselves at risk. So here, Kale is recalling to stop the push from the Kayn, and with everyone dead except Akali and Kayn, this is actually a Baron angle for my team. So we're gonna actually just go ahead and grab the Baron while Kayn is busy elsewhere and can't really stop us. So we're able to basically pick up Baron. Maybe Kayn is actually headed over. He's suspecting something's gonna. He's coming in. So we're gonna have to get rid of Kayn first. Kayn actually goes into the ulti, and we're able to pick up the Baron. He tries to escape, and he does, but Syndra dies instead because she came in to help, but ends up just dying for her efforts. So now we're building towards death cap. And with the Baron buff, we can try to start pushing down lanes and trying to start getting these objective bounties onto, you know, the enemy turrets. And here I'm just gonna join my team in mid because I don't really want to push like top myself or anything like that. Akali comes in from behind. I believe we actually hit her. Yeah, we did actually hit her because electrocute procs, and now she's in critical condition. Nautilus gets the hook in on her, finishes her off. And now we're just focusing down this mid lane tier 1 tower. Here I flash to finish off the Seraphine. Kayn goes onto me, but I'm able to push him away and just ulti him just for a little bit of damage since I had so many balls on the ground anyway. Here I'm finally finishing the tower. Not sure where Nautilus went. He actually recalled to defend the base instead of pushing the tower, which is, I guess it's alright because if not we might get our inhibitor damaged. So Kayn tries to come in from the side. I try to finish him off, but he goes into Janna, and now he's running away. I missed the combo onto the Syndra just barely. Push goes in onto Yone again to deny the ultimate. Yone doesn't really do very much damage, and I somehow kill the Syndra. I'm not sure how, but I somehow actually managed to kill the Syndra. I really don't know how that happened, but she doesn't end up going down. Maybe she walked in like to a, I don't know, maybe she got killed by a jungle monster or something, I don't know. But she does end up going down. Yone gets stunned here. Seraphine is now back together with Akali. Nice knockup from Janna. And now we are on the run. Akali goes in, nearly kills the Janna, does kill the Irelia, and now I'm gonna run the other way and see if I can get out. I'm really low. I honestly thought that I was dead here, but they end up chasing the Janna instead of me, so I'm able to actually get the fruit and continue running. And actually they weren't even chasing me, so I can actually go back and try to see if I can help out my Nautilus instead. I spot the Yone, so I'm gonna try to get rid of him. We do get the stun onto him. I get the ulti down, but unfortunately he doesn't die because he has shield bow. So Nautilus ult is required to finish him off, and Nautilus picks up a triple kill. He's going for more tanky than AP at this point, so you know, he has Rod of Ages into the mandate into a full tank item, which is of course going to be the Frozen Gauntlet, or Iceborne Gauntlet I should say. And here we're able to finish off the inhibitor. And we're now back to a good spot where we're now finally even in terms of goal with the enemy team after all this shenanigans. So I'm going to quickly reset to complete my death cap, and I want to of course get back before the enemy team comes out of base to stop me. Elder Dragon and Baron are both spawning really soon. So we get death cap, we get stasis, and we now get the magic pen component of the Oblivion Orb. So here a huge fight breaks out. Irelia ends up going down. Akali is all the way to the back. I actually get my crown popped by Seraphine's ulti. And here I'm just trying to do damage to whoever I can. I get stunned. Yone comes in, and I'm going to pop the stasis because he's in a 1v1 against me. I have to flash away from the Kayn. Kayn ends up dying to me, and I go unstoppable. Really kind of close fights here. I have to pop all my defensive tools to stay safe from Yone and Kayn, and Akali for that matter. And here with Kayn dead, only Yone and Seraphine are left alive. I'm trying to see if I can get the Baron, and Yone again lives on 1 HP with me and Nautilus. You know, trying to combo him now. Kale recalled for some reason, so we can't actually do the Baron anymore because we don't have enough damage to do it without Kale's DPS. So we're gonna have to give up on the Baron, and we're gonna actually recall. Nautilus decides to go in 1v2 here against the Yone and the Seraphine. He actually kills the Seraphine and then actually kills the Yone as well. Picks up a double, and means this is like a free Elder Dragon for us. Not really free because the Kayn is still alive, but it's relatively free because if they come to contest, we should be able to win a fight against them and pick up the Elder Dragon. However, looks like we're not interested in the Elder Dragon. We're just going to run straight down mid and perhaps even look to end the game. So we do get the kill onto Kayn. Only Sivir is left alive, and we do actually just end the game without even needing the Elder Dragon. Sivir walks out, so we're going to get a free kill onto her and then finish the game, so it all works out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the Syndra APC gameplay. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and goodbye.